Remember, we still have the Ripple versus SEC litigation, so you'll get an update on it in this episode. Remaining portion of the litigation that is currently being prepared there. We will discuss the cost as well. Without further ado, let's get started. Of XRP, the current market price, we're going to look at XRP's resistance levels, and after that, we're going to hear from JP Morgan since everything they're saying is a complete fraud. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has increased by 0.95% to $72,600. Ethereum has now reached 419, up 33% from US dollars at dollar peg. XRP is still 99 cents. It's staying at 66 cents, which is quite important. We've experienced a slight decline of roughly 2%. 66 cents, hold on to it. Now let's perform a push-up. The next resistance level is 75 cents. If it breaks out, we may discuss the 90 cent to dollar zone. This is all going to happen very soon. Bitcoin will reach 78K. Is most likely the sweet spot before the correction that occurs before the rest of the markets begin to go completely parabolic. The mass rotation into altcoins, which is anticipated to occur within the next 6 to 8 weeks, has not yet occurred. A market capitalization of $2,760 billion cryptocurrency. I tweeted this. Who's ready for yesterday, people? Are you ready for the pinnacle of the parabolic blow-off? It will arrive later in the year. This is one of the biggest bulls, maybe even into 2025, that we have ever witnessed. This may be the final bull cycle. Because Bitcoin won't go away once the markets have increased by $5 or $10 trillion. People, calm down. It will most likely establish its foundation at 48,000 to 45,000. We'll even refer to it as the $40,000 range. Yes, a sizable amount of money will arrive. They will leave, but they will establish a legitimate industry in the cryptocurrency area now that we have this. Jamie Dimon, he can make money by gambling on me with memes, just like a fish in the sea. The utility of the token is 100% important. You are mine. To hear the Jamie Dimon commercial. Davos, we won't be listening to the entire interview, so don't worry. Instead, we'll get right into Ripple versus SEC, providing an update on institutional sales and what's happening there. Hopefully, this lawsuit will end this year or early next year, allowing us to move past the entire ordeal. People, JP Morgan is a blatant liar. He lies. This guy informs everyone in his employ that they are not permitted to purchase Bitcoin and are not permitted to discuss cryptocurrency. What is he doing, though? It seems logical that he supports Bitcoin ETFs. Does it not hear about this subject? Oh, well, let me say this, Bitcoin is a good word. This ETF was approved not too long ago. I know you find it kind of difficult right now. And I believe that many individuals are attempting to comprehend its ultimate meaning. Morgan JP, if you're a JP Morgan client, I suppose you could tell your broker to get you some of this ETF over the phone. What are you saying, you? Telling your brokers to tell us what you're saying. Yes, this is significant, back when they made that call. This concludes my discussion on this topic on CNBC. So, God, please help me. Blockchain is a real technology that will be used to shift money. We've been discussing how efficient it is and how it will move data. For 12 years as well, and it's minuscule. Alright, so I believe we've wasted too much. That cryptocurrency comes in two varieties. Consider a cryptocurrency that has an inbuilt smart contract that allows us to use it. This coin has the potential to do something. Purchase and sell real estate, transfer data, and consider the worth of tokenizing items that you use for a certain purpose, and then one person I call does nothing. The bedrock is that. The Bitcoin or something like, and so forth, you know, with Bitcoin. First of all, I'm not trying, there's that. Here are a few humorous use cases. Money laundering and AML fraud, taxes, sex trafficking, and avoidance are real use cases, and you can observe that they are being used for hundreds of billions of dollars annually for that purpose. That is the ultimate use case. All other information is self-training, so feel free to speculate. Now, for the final time I will ever discuss Bitcoin, let me say this: I support your freedom to use Bitcoin. I don't want to tell you what, but I think you understand that it's acceptable. To avoid becoming involved, I advised against it, but I also don't want to tell anyone what to do because this is a free country and you are threatening to fire every single one of your employees. Does it make sense if they are discussing Bitcoin? Guess what, though? Michael Branch, It Doesn't Tango, a worldwide payment service provider, has expanded into Europe with the help of INE, a fintech business based in Europe that is expanding quickly. This is the result of Rippling cooperation. Ripple owns 40% of Tangelo. They intend to use XRP and are expanding into Europe. Who did Ripple work with? Simply collaborate with the Irish Central Bank. The currency that is most commonly used in Ireland, correct me, is the euro, which Ripple announced as a significant liquidity source. Do you see how Corridor 40 XRP paired with the euro around 2 years ago? Here, the parts are coming together. Here is the piece discussing its growth in Ireland, folks. When they received approval from the central bank, it was December 2023 of the previous year. After that, I think it was 2022. At the time of the XRP to Euro Corridor EGRA announcement, crypto expressed what we required. XRP should now avoid closing below 66. The bull's next assignment is to bounce. This will propel XRP from the bounty bounce range to the Fibonacci at 618. Does it get us up to that 94C range? Which brings us one step closer to that $1. Mark recalled that in the world of cryptocurrency, a dollar represents a very high psychological barrier that we must overcome. After we get past it, we can discuss pushing up to the all-time high from the most recent PO run, which was around 192. After that is removed, we can discuss getting closer to the all-time high on XRP, which is roughly $280 in XRP losses. Release this. This is a cascade of SEC news. This statement from Fred Razel regarding the next steps in the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit is quite important. While many people are no longer paying attention to this lawsuit, it has gained somewhat more significance. Why? Well, that's not security. XRP clarified that, and most people, including myself, don't really care what transpires. We don't care if Ripple actually gets sued at all, according to Ripple and institutional sales. Right now, XRP is the only thing that truly matters. Why? Essentially, since we are investors in XRP, not investors in Ripple, I recognize that I am not one of them at the moment, but some of you may be, so you may be interested in this. But for us XRP holders, we obtained the necessary information, which was that XRP is not a security, which it is not. It was the first cryptocurrency in the US that wasn't classified as a security. We'll get a peek at how demand liquidity, new contracts, and Ripple's business performance are all progressing. No trial is conducted. That is all that is briefed. I believe that Judge Torres' decision regarding the damages this year will be made in July or August. At that time, XRP is expected to start showing fascinating periods. Isn't it the case that we have no idea where the decisions will go? To appear, naturally, but if we receive a favorable decision, summertime. Maybe we can demonstrate this to an all-time high. The SEC will attempt to claim that whatever Ripple is doing today and will continue to do in the future is essentially a securities transaction. As Judge Torres states when discussing institutional sales, if Ripple were wise, they would have immediately altered all of their sales or altered all of their sales to be as best as possible. As Ripple will contest that ruling in the briefing over the next 2 months, TikTok folks, that is going to be crucial because that will get into on-demand liquidity contracts, which are the foundation of Ripple's current and future business operations. Going on, and this will have an impact on how Ripple does business going forward. This is a significant rule that everyone should be aware of. We should receive a rule such that Ripple cannot sell XRP over the counter to anyone. In response to this institutional sale, Ripple will be allowed to sell XRP throughout the institution's summer time frame. We want as little sell pressure on XRP as we can get, because if they sell it over the counter to these institutions, who knows what the conditions will be and when the institutions can drop it. Institutions purchase millions of dollars when they do so. What happens after millions of tokens? Do you want it or not? If millions of tokens are thrown into the order books, which is something I don't want to happen, the price will drop. There will be significant sales. Price declines as a result of pressure.